Good morning. I thought I'd bring out my inner Al Roker and let you guys watch the sun come up with me this morning over the beautiful Atlantic Ocean as we get into a Week 7 recap of fantasy football. As the late, great Marshall Mathers would say, look who's back. Back again. It's your boy Steven. Back-to-back weeks and the third week total of the lowest points. So I am here apologizing again for last week's video quality, even though it did have a surprise cameo of Mr. Galen Johnson in it. It was still pretty half done as I was on a quick vacation up to Atlanta. Anyway, let's get right into a Week 7 recap. First of all, we're going to go down the list of who's in first place. So that keeps Varnum right there at the top, number one. However, losing this week to Mr. Eons, 69 to 81.6. Looks like Varney's first loss of the season. Is this the beginning of the end? We'll see. Ian, congrats on accomplishing the one thing that everyone thought was impossible. What's going to become of Christian McCaffrey, I think, is the biggest question here. Getting traded to the 49ers, and going to see where his season lies going ahead. I'm sure he'll be fine, but you never know. And for Ian, really nobody really stood out. Just an all-around. Found a few more points than Varnum and squeaked that one out with a pretty low-scoring victory, buddy. Second up, we've got Mr. Fincham winning this week against Galen in a great matchup. 105.18 to 103.81. These are the type of wins that win you playoff games right here. You know, squeaking by those 2-point victories. Don't ask how I know how to win in the playoffs, because I'm the wrong person to ask, but I'm sure that this is how you get into the playoffs. Anyway, that trade playing out pretty well for Jason. Getting Eckler coming up big with 30 points there. And looks like Galen he almost pulled it off, taking advantage of a CMC departure with a big week from Deonta Foreman with 15.5. I think that's probably one of his bigger weeks of the year. Moving right along, we have Curtis, 127.94 over Shad, 118.88. They line up just like that in rankings, respectively. So Curtis with the third place in the league right now, and Shad in fourth. Another great matchup, but looks like Joe burrowed the dog alive there. You love to see it. Joey had a big game against the Birds, 39.24. Looking to right the ship there in Cincy, and then Jamar Chase was the benefactor of all those points, 29 points as well. Shad looks like Daniel Jones is starting to show some prowess in the fantasy world, 28.78 points, so pretty solid there for him as well. Moving right along, we have David in the fifth spot, beating Justin Bush, 102 to 77.5. No real matchup here. Tough sledding for Justin. Sorry, it's just 23-point victory. Kenneth Walker was doing work for David. Finally seeing a few of those draft picks really panning out, but it's a pretty tough loss losing Hall. That's going to be rough down the line. He's got the bench to recover though. Bush, Gus Edwards with a big day, 18.6, but not enough. At the end of the day, Dave still sucks ass. Then we come to Thomas, who's not in sixth place, but I believe maybe he is. I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. But Thomas beating Kenny 98.6 to, Kenny was in sixth place, to Kenny 68.80. So this was the battle of who gets to use the shower first in the morning at the old Trish household. Both had huge overperformers, Tyler Boyd and Aaron Jones, and huge underperformers with Damian Harris and Sanjay Perine. Thomas gets dibs on the hot water though, 98.64 over Kenny Daytime Schreiber 68.80. And then last up, you have Gary over myself, 92.62 to 55.02. Pretty weak. Gary showing up a little bit, coming to life a little bit there. At the end of the day, these are the kind of mashups that you want your team to go and seek out. You want to go find that weak link and exploit their weaknesses. And, the victor go the spoils. So Congrats, Gary. Congrats, Gary. Josh Jacob, big day, 35 points in Vegas. The real impressive number here, I think, is that my team had 5 guys put up a total of 6.3 points. So that's pretty outrageous. But anyway, that's your Week 7 recap. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the sunrise for a minute. It's gonna be 75 degrees today here in St. Augustine. We're excited for everyone to get in tomorrow. Enjoy this great weather with us. You can see the pier here. It was affected by the hurricane a little bit, but it has reopened. There are people fishing on it again. And I'm going to send it now to your local newscast to let you know what's going on in your neck